So by now you've come to realize that we are going to be opening on July the 5th. Our service will run from 10 until 11. And because of the significant amount of information that's important for you to have for this reopening, we wanted to present it in a couple of forms. You've probably already received it via email, and we thought recording this video would be a good opportunity for you to receive the information and to consider it in this format. So, the decision to attend the public reopening of the Port Elgin Missionary Church Sunday worship is solely your personal decision to make. The PEMC leadership recommends the following with regard to your decision. If you're in a high-risk demographic, we'd strongly encourage you not to physically attend at this time. Those who would be in that demographic would be more vulnerable individuals, include those who are in assisted living and nursing home facilities. As well, more vulnerable individuals would include those with underlying health conditions such as diabetes, heart and lung disease, or other respiratory illnesses. When you return to the Port Elgin Missionary Church worship service, you'll find that things are not the same as before. The staff and leadership of our church are attempting to make the best decisions for everyone from both a health and spiritual standpoint, according to God's Word, while maintaining the freedom of personal responsibility and the diversity of conclusions around the recommendations regarding the COVID-19 virus, which continue to change. For you and your family to return to PEMC, we'd like you to complete a self-assessment prior to attending. And we're going to give you the details on what that entails. Please stay home if you have any of the symptoms. If you suspect that you could be unwell or ill, or if you've recently been exposed to someone who is unwell.
Perhaps by now you've seen that we do have to have a statement of waiver around COVID-19. That's been posted on our website, it's on our door, and when you do arrive, you'll be asked if you have read it. This is mandated by our insurance company and any organizations that we work with. They highly recommend that we do this just to safeguard us as an organization. So when you do attend, it's understood that you have read and understand our statement of waiver. It begins this way. It is a highly contagious disease and it's known to spread mainly from person-to-person contact. So, by attending Port Elgin Missionary Church, you will be agreeing to abide by the procedures established by the church to protect attendees and staff, and you voluntarily assume the risk that you and or your family may be exposed to or infected by COVID-19, either at the church, in the church worship service, and any other church ministries as they open. You agree to assume all the risks of attendance and participation for you and your family, and you waive any liability against the Port Elgin Missionary Church and any other parties. Moving on, PEMC will be sanitized regularly. High traffic areas, including restroom facilities, will be disinfected prior to the service. However, we request that everyone use the washroom at home before you come. It just minimizes the usage here. Parents of children up to grade 5 are to accompany their children to the restrooms.
Please enter by the main front doors only. Bulletins are not going to be handed out or available. Again, we'd encourage you to check out the website if you're looking for that information. We will not be offering coffee, and we will not have a socializing area. We will have hand sanitizing stations near the front doors and in the seating area. We will not be passing any offering plates. You may drop your tithes and offerings into a box located at the rear of the seating area. Now, the seating area itself will be designed with social distancing in mind. Should you require additional chairs for your family group, please ensure that those social distancing spaces are maintained between your chair grouping and any chair groupings around you.
Parents, once again, you're asked to keep your children with you at all times. We recognize that we have a number of young families in our church family, and that can be difficult. We recognize that. However, While it is likely a difficult task, as your kids see their friends again, we have to ask that parents are highly diligent in this area. We cannot have children not with their parents. We can't have them sitting somewhere else. We can't have them running around, even on the rink. Please understand that the PEMC leadership has the responsibility to ensure this social distancing compliance. So with that in mind, you've probably already heard, and understandably, there are no children's ministries offered at this time. That includes the nursery or builders, and for now, youth activities as well. But for now, we're talking about the service. So there's no nursery or builders offered during the service at this stage of our reopening. However, there will be a quiet area provided in the lobby. It will be set apart. It will be marked directly to the west of the rink doors for parents to assist with their children. This area is meant to be a temporary seating area where parents can assess whether their child is able to quietly return to the service. This area is to be used by one family at a time due to social distancing. Recognizing that's there for a real obvious purpose. Our rink echoes. So if children are making a lot of noise, everyone's going to know about it. And we just want everybody to be respectful of that. Children's activity packets will be available. We want to thank the Children's Ministry for putting these together. They'll be prepared in advance using gloves and sanitary precautions, and a drop box is available to return these use packets at the conclusion of the service. That table will be directly to the left of the doors as you enter. Dawn will be there manning that, and you will be able to pick one of those packets up. As well, a private nursing moms area will be situated just inside the community room doors for moms and babies only. We ask that it's just mom and baby that goes in there, and our lobby monitor will assist in getting you into that area, as most of our rooms will be remaining locked. The family washroom is to be used by parents and children and for diapering purposes. So the family washroom is basically set aside now for parents and children.
We will aim to keep our services to 1 hour. We recognize that with the kids in the service, with all of us, that we need to respect that, and we need to keep it to a good hour, and that way everybody can enjoy the worship service as it's provided. If you've been in our family-friendly services in the past, that will give you some of the expectation as to the elements that would be included. We will not have our usual greeting time. Cindy, you and I could share a hug. But that is not something that we're going to be looking for at all with our church family. We recognize that our normal ways of functioning, shaking hands, hugs, any of that will not be taking place. Even if the other person gives you permission or is looking for that, we can't have that taking place. Please understand as well, during this phase of reopening, we will not be having singing. Our understanding, and the understanding that we have concluded based on the guidelines that are available and the Provincial Emergency Measures Act, is this, that we are under the obligation to follow any recommendations, advice, and guidance that our local public health has provided. And they have said definitively that we need to suspend singing. So it will not be a part of this worship time. We are hoping, obviously, that would be revised in the future. The Grey Bruce Medical Officer of Health recommends as well that face coverings be worn. Please consider bringing your own face mask. If you do not have one, we have a supply on hand that will be provided for you when you enter our facility.
So at the conclusion of the service, often we end with just some general announcements, and then often there's a social time after that. That won't be happening. At the end of the service, our leadership will be up front announcing a safe exiting. We'll be releasing the congregation in an orderly social distancing fashion. Please ensure that you take all your paper, trash, personal belongings with you. And again, we're requesting that all interaction with one another take place outside and with proper physical distancing in the municipal parking lot. Please keep in mind that we are mandated to ensure social distancing while you are on the property and in the premises. This sounds harsh, but we don't want to take any undue risk in this manner. So please, if you want to visit, we ask that you do that in the municipal parking lot and social distancing. So all of these things we've just talked about, and this document is posted on our website at themissionarychurch.com. We've sent it out as well by email. So we would ask that if you have any considerations of what we've talked about, that you would definitely read that in that email, or if you haven't received that, please request it through our office, PEMC@bmts.com, and we will get that into your hands. We want this to be the best experience for everyone under these circumstances. And so when we respect one another with these procedures, I think that's really the best way to approach it.
Absolutely.
Please don't think about yourself in this as much as, yes, wearing a mask is a level of protection, but as they've been talking about, masks are for the respect of others.
Yep.
And that's what we want to keep foremost in our minds, is every single thing we do, it's out of respect for others. You may feel like you want to do something that we've asked you not to do. Please, out of respect for others and for this organization and our church family, please, we ask that we all join together and respect not only the rules, but each other and the leadership of PEMC.
Right. We want this to be a very excellent experience as we gather again together. It has been a long time. It has been challenging on all fronts. So now, as we move into this phase of reopening, let's celebrate this opportunity. While it may feel a muted celebration with all of the restrictions, let's not perceive it that way. We are able to fellowship again. Let's rejoice in that.